Good life is a good life for me is living a world better than when you came here. That's a good life. And religion doesn't matter there. If you live a world better than what it used to be, then your life matters.
So let me leave you with a very candid question. I hope this is something that you can that you would choose to think on as we part ways. I don't doubt that you operate morally. I'm not doubting that. What I'm posing to you as a question is why? Because in a scientific worldview, you have to borrow morals and principles from religion, for example, for a foundation as to why you should operate morally. At most, if you are truly a so-called atheist and a scientist, then everything that you're talking about is a matter of preference. And in 2,000 years from now, the preferences of people may be to rape children and to murder people. And that's what they call good. But there would be no moral foundation to support one way or the other.
Yeah, and you can also say that there were priests, I don't know in America, but in Europe we have priests raping the kids. That is wrong.
It's a horrible thing.
Yeah, it's a horrible thing. So,
but why can you say it's wrong?
Maybe we are doing things that right now are wrong and we don't know. For example, like killing animals to consume meat. In 1,000 years, that might be considered terribly wrong. Right now, the entire world, there's a movement to go towards veganism. So maybe in 1,000 years, consuming chicken meat is going to be wrong. Oh, these people were crazy 1,000 years ago, what they were doing, but we live right now. I want to believe that human beings are good by nature. You might find some exceptions, but I think what produces you happiness, serotonin in your brain, is causing what I believe is good, what we consider by moral standards good.
You see the problem with that, don't you?
That we might.
Hitler probably had a release of serotonin when he thought about killing Jews.
Yeah, but that was I know, but we have to. I know, but what I'm saying is I don't think religion should tell you that too, because 500 years ago, we had the Inquisition in my country, in Spain, and they were killing other people just because they were not believing.
Yeah.
So, and right now you evolved and you think differently. So just let humanity evolve and follow its path, I think.
The point
it's a double source. It's a double-edged, I know. But Occam's razor, right? You know Occam's razor?
What's that?
Occam's razor.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so the most probable outcome of one action is probably the right one. So I believe the same.
I thought Occam's razor was the simplest solution to explain.
The simplest solution, yeah. Simplest solution to explain is probably the right one. So I believe the same for good actions versus bad actions. If you morally, the majority of the people think something is good, then probably that action is going to be good.
It still breaks down. I hope that you see the fundamental contradiction that I'm pointing out.
I understand.
And I understand that meeting me one time on the street is not going to change your minds, probably. But I hope at the very least I give you something to consider. You seem to be very thoughtful, and I hope...
I was Christian before.
Yes, and...
My family is still Christian.
I hope that you'll reconsider that. I don't want you to be Catholic. I don't want you to go back to tradition. To be transparent with you, what I want is for you to see the contradiction in what you're saying. Because if you claim to uphold morals and that the purpose for living is to advance for the next generation, to do good for the next generation, but at the very same time you don't have a foundation for morality, that sets you up for a worldview of contradiction, with contradiction. And the simplest solution to have an understanding of where we come from, where morality comes from, what are we going to do after we die, what is our eternal destiny, things like this, is to believe in God. So I'm appealing to you. I'm trying to persuade your reasoning to consider these things. Because it just makes sense.
For me, it makes sense the opposite. For me, it makes sense not to believe. For me, it makes sense to wake up and to... At the end, I'm going to fall in the same contradiction as you said before. Like, you don't need anything